The room erupts. Strangers are hugging, drinks are spilling, and there's just collective electricity pulsing through the crowd. And you are sitting there, watching all of it, and feeling absolutely nothing. You don't dislike the game. You're not necessarily bored. You simply have zero connection to it. Like watching people celebrate a language you never learned. For years, you might have wondered if this total indifference means you're missing some fundamental human circuit. Psychology says otherwise. You're not cold, you're not broken. Your brain is executing a highly sophisticated strategy for seeking meaning, managing emotion, and defining who you are. Here are the hidden neurological differences that explain exactly why you refuse to obsess. You feel nothing because your brain doesn't run on tribal software. From an evolutionary perspective, sports tap straight into ancient survival instincts. Human beings relied on their group to stay alive. Sports teams are modern tribes, complete with colors, rituals, and intense emotional synchronization. But here's what psychology uncovered. People who don't obsess over sports, they possess lower tribal instincts. They show significantly less divisive us versus them thinking. Instead, they score exceptionally high in a trait called openness to experience. Your brain prefers complexity, intellectual curiosity, and exploration over repetitive, structured outcomes. You're not rejecting the tribe out of hostility. You're calibrated for a different kind of stimulation entirely. But the real reason goes deeper. Your dopamine system is fundamentally different. Sports fandom runs on the most addictive reward schedule known to psychology: intermittent reinforcement. Unpredictable wins and losses deliver constant microdoses of dopamine. That's the same mechanism that keeps people at slot machines. Your brain doesn't authorize a chemical high for vicarious competition. It will not release dopamine just because a stranger on a field did something impressive. Your reward system demands genuine effort. It fires for personal mastery, for learning something entirely new, for solving complex problems where you are the agent, not the audience. Watching strangers compete feels hollow to you because your nervous system requires direct participation. Sports fans build one-sided, parasocial relationships with teams. You find that randomness meaningless. Your brain prefers investing emotional energy where your care actually impacts the outcome. Think about that for a second. Your nervous system literally withholds the reward chemical until you earn it yourself. That's not a flaw. That's a high-performance setting. You step away from the crowd because the sensory load is genuinely painful. The relentless unpredictability, the screaming, the chaos, it doesn't produce excitement for you. For individuals with higher sensory sensitivity, a sports environment is mentally expensive. The constant noise rapidly leads to overstimulation and extreme mental fatigue. What other people call a thrilling atmosphere, your nervous system correctly registers as deeply draining. This isn't anxiety, this is calibration. Your brain recognizes that extreme sensory input offers no tangible reward, so it naturally protects your cognitive resources by prompting you to disengage. You're not weak for wanting quiet, you're efficient. And here's the one that might hit closest. You refuse to celebrate because you don't need external anchors to know who you are. When a team wins, fans instinctively say, "We won." Psychology calls this basking in reflected glory. The self quietly claims victories and silently distances from defeats. This system only works if your sense of self requires external results. You build identity differently. Your self-worth rests on your personal values, your individual goals, your lived experience. Take the sports team away from a fanatic, and they lose a piece of themselves. Take it away from you, you are still exactly who you were. You don't need a scoreboard to confirm your identity is standing. If this is starting to feel like someone finally described something you felt your whole life, stay with me. The last reason is the one nobody talks about, and it might be the most important. The final reason operates beneath your conscious awareness. You feel a disconnect because of your high justice sensitivity. You've noticed the imbalance between societal contribution and financial reward. Essential workers struggle while resources pour into athletic entertainment. And once you've seen it, You cannot unsee it. Your lack of interest in sports isn't apathy. It's a quiet refusal to invest emotional energy into a system that misaligns with your values. You're not asking anyone else to agree. You're just not participating. Not caring about sports is not a missing piece. It's a psychologically healthy state of independence. You don't have a deficiency in passion. Your passion is allocated differently, toward ideas, toward creation, toward relationships where your presence actually shapes the outcome. You don't have to perform interest you don't genuinely feel. You never did. While everyone else is borrowing someone else's story, you are quietly writing your own. And that is not something to fix, it's something to understand. If this video articulated something you felt but never had the words for, leave a comment. And if you want more psychology that actually explains you to yourself, subscribe.